The top investment firm, Global Quality Growth, or GQG, has backed the Adani Group. They've said that we believe in the Adani Group and that there will be no impact on Adani businesses as a result of the recent controversy. Let's go straight across to Alex Matthew, our deputy editor at NDTV Profit, who joins us for more on this. Alex, what have GQG said, and on what basis do they state that the Adani Group companies have done well, are stable, and that there will be no impact on Adani businesses as a result of the recent controversy?
Well, investors in the Indian equity market will be fairly familiar with the context in which we are speaking today, and that has to do with an indictment that emerged from the US. There are allegations that were made against certain individuals of the Adani Group, and that's exactly what GQG, which is a very large investment firm globally, has spoken about in a memo that was sent out to investors. Now, what it has said is that the indictment is on employees and not on the group. It has made this clarification and this qualification absolutely clear. It has also said that the allegation is against one company of the very large group, that is Adani Green, and not any other companies. The other companies in the world, and there are very large companies in the world that have faced similar allegations, and I'll just read out the list. The likes of Airbus, Pfizer, Walmart, and several others. And they've seen their activity, their business activity, continue over the course of investigations and proceedings in court. Now, they expect that a case like this is likely to take some time. It could head into the Trump presidency, where you will have a new attorney general that presides over this case. And they expect that over a period of time, there will be a look at the various allegations that have been made. The very clear statement that has been made by the Adani Group is that the Adani Groups, the individuals that have been named, are innocent until proven guilty, and that's something that they maintain as well. They have been very large investors in several group companies of the Adani Group, and they maintain that despite the fall that you've seen in the prices around the 20th of this month, they are still positive in their portfolios. As of the 21st of November, the exposure to the Adani Group stood at $8.1 billion. Very clear statement that they've made is that they expect that the fundamentals of the companies that they've invested in are sound, and they will continue to be so. The fundraising requirements are for Adani Green and not any of the other group companies. There is no sign right now that any of the Indian lenders are going to shut off funding for the group, so that's not a concern either. They expect that this is something that the Adani Group will take on the chin and move forward with confidence, and they aren't going anywhere as investors. They've said that they will review their portfolio, but they don't expect to change.
Just stay with us, because we've got a few more details on the Adani Group, which I'd like you to perhaps share some of your views on. The Adani Group portfolio companies have posted a record first half in the ongoing financial year, as well as trailing 12 months performance led by its incubating businesses with limited net exposure to Indian banks. According to the company's statement released today, its net exposure to Indian banking was recorded at $11 billion, or 42% of the company's current debt mix. However, the net exposure is low after accounting for cash of $6 billion, most of which is parked with Indian banks. Alex, let me come back to you in simple terms for a broader audience. What does this indicate or state about the stability of the Adani Group and its various arms at a time when there has been this controversy?
Very clearly, after the allegations that were made by the Hindenburg Group that were shot down and that were proved false by the Indian regulators and the Supreme Court, there was a very concerted effort by the promoters of the Adani Group and the management of the group to deleverage and to safeguard the interests of the company and also its minority shareholders, of which there are a very large number. So what they have done over a period of time is to shore up the businesses, to make them more sound, to increase the amount of cash that they hold, and also to lower the amount of debt exposure that they have. So that's a very clear strategy over a period of time. They have decided to fund a lot of the projects that they've taken up with internal accruals to a certain extent by going a little slow in the kind of frenetic pace that they've had over the past several years. they've actually managed to increase the stability. And that's exactly what GQG is speaking about when it states that the fundamentals of the companies that it invests in are very, very strong, and they are front-line companies, especially in the infrastructure story of India, which, as you know, is an incredible story to be participating in.